to continue on a new tape. I found lots of firewood, so everybody's lit a bonfire, gathered wood from near and afar.
Well, only from near actually.
And there's the road just over there.
Did?
Well,
you thought you did?
We passed no cars all day. It sounded like some, but I think it was just the bilby and the camels. Well, it's Wednesday. We made our early start at 10:30 after getting up at 7 o'clock Adelaide time. Put our big fire out. It was 4 degrees, and here's some of the termite mounds that we read about on Oz Explore or Explore Oz. And most of them are hidden behind the long spinifex. We're just reading the Liddell book, what's it called? Reading about the bush that describes the road. It's fascinating how he preserved the road, preserved the trees and picked the route for future travellers.
Taking photos of the sand, of the ant hills. Stiff following breeze. Did you get one of both of them?
We described how he was talking about the future, his thought behind the future use of the location of it.
Have you got toothpaste in the corner of your mouth?
Probably. Gambling along the road, thinking about the thought that Len Bedell put into creating his roads, and he was so pleased when he went back down this road, using the bulldozer to tow the grader all the way south. And he made 2 blade width passes on the grade and the dozer, Doug driving. And he was so pleased he made it that wide for future travellers. And this is one of his blazed trees. Lovely big casuarina. It's whistling in the wind. Hear the wind through it. Most of the track was cleared, the 2 dozer widths, so you didn't have trees getting you. We haven't had any trees on the edge, close on the edge, just 50-year-old shrubs. And every sand dune crossing and every bend had a reason for it. And he put a lot of thought into the location of every bend and deviation. And the main road, which we left, is 140 miles south. How far is 140 miles?
I know. Ask him. About 260, I guess. Outside there.
There's the wind through the leaves of the casuarina.
8 to 10 feet high. Just the way the leaves are or something. This didn't turn out to be the sort of sandhill that we thought it might have been, actually. Just another sandhill. Looks like the next one might be bigger, and looks like that might be the pattern for the day.
Just coming up to this bore here now. You can see all the little deviations around the dunes. We'll cross into the Northern Territory in a little while. We've seen a few of these plaques, not sure what they mean. A bit of an ad for a 4-wheel drive club. A bit of inner tube rubber, a little gecko came out to say hello.
Poor thing.
Okay, give it a pump. There's another ball. We've got to give the water, some water to the birdies.
Only owned our diesel vehicle for a couple of months.
Yeah.
We're allowed to say petrol.
I didn't say petrol, did I?
Yeah.
Petrol.
Waste of petrol. We're still saying petrol.
Prior to that, I had 100 years.
And just drive for some shaded casuarinas. We picked this spot of little ones, not actually casuarinas, but lots of needles. What are the trees, Mary? Tons of needles underneath.
I don't know what I'm sitting under, some sort of a
We're
cage.
camping under. There was a campsite a little way back, and that was wrecked by four-wheel drivers. And we stopped just next to this huge she oak, like a Len Bedell casuarina. I noticed a blazed tree, and we've been looking for a benchmark 79, and it's on the map. There it is there. Northern Territory Survey. It's not the benchmark that's up there, 79.30. It's 79.25. So there's 5 more to go. Approaching the Northern Territory border. Just after lunch, 5 minutes down the road. One of Len Bedell's markers. We put one on each side of the road. Well, now that was a topic of Capricorn. 102 to Kintor. I don't think we're going to make it tonight. State border. Latitude 2341, longitude 129 degrees. Some star observations by Len. He's been here before. 72 miles up to Sandy Blight Junction.
Not WA.
180 down to Giles. Oh, we had a ticking noise, so we took the hubs out, so we'll put them back in because the ticking noise is still there. And we've got 102 to Kintor, 74 miles to Sandy Blight Junction, which is so named because you got Sandy Blight up there and named the junction. We had a bit of mud back here, a couple of deep puddles in the very narrow track. All the brush is growing over. Pretty tame really, just it's the first bit of mud.
Oh, look, I told him to watch out for the willows. He's just doing his own thing. The hour has gone to his head.
Oh, well, it'll make interesting video then.
Looks like an old 60s series. It's a bit sad to look at though. Someone flipped it over on the track here. Oh, there's no bumps. Same free wheel hubs. They've had a go at removing all the bits and pieces and the transmission, and it's been burnt. I'm still wondering what's over those sand dunes though.
Well, let's come find out.
We just went through the end of one. It's coming up the Davenport hills now. Their way over to the northwest. pointy one.
No, it's the
Maybe
far
I
one.
Yeah, the far one.
Yeah, these are the Davenport team there. We'll turn around and go back.
We're still in the Northern Territory. We're at the ends of 2 dunes now that I think are closing together.
Yeah, and you see up we're a little bit south of east. That's what the map
Going
says.
a bit south of east now.
Yeah.
Now we've swung around.
Northeast.
And north.
Head back to the Davenport Hill. Gypsum patches and over low-lying potential swamp. My aim was to find a feasible route for the future road. Rounding the point of the sandhill, I endeavoured to keep the wheel tracks possible.
Just reading in Len Bedell's book how he travelled that straight stretch there, 8 or 9k. And we had hit by chance the end of the next dune that he could go around now, so we're following along the edge of the dune. We'll go around the end of it. So we're just at the north of the benchmark 79.30 and up 7. We're doing that westerly bypass. We point towards Mount Mean, but you can see Mount Lesler in the distance and Tietkins tree. And Dean said it was a lovely little drive through the Casuarinas.
So did Len Bedell.
And so did Len Bedell. That's why he had a reason to put all these roads in the right place. And it's the right time of day. They met boulders that refused to join the rest of them down at the bottom of the hill. We're just reading about how Lambert regretting that he left his camera in the car and he got to down and there was no conversation. There was a little wallaby at one of the caves. Just watching him.
Just sitting in it and watching him.
Just sitting there watching him. Filming this from the car, it's stopping all the sunshine. Swinging hard round to the north, around the end of the dune. We've quite a large dune, he said. What page of the book are we on, darling?
76.
Page 76 in the book.
Random.
That's the flowers. Just a wattle. She was referring to the melaleucas here, flowering.
It might not be.
Well, I photographed its nuts.
Good. Well, that's a help.
There's a gully over there. Might be some water in it.
Oh, well, you can go.
Little creek. If there's a track. Perfect time of day. 5:15.
Going to run out of battery in a minute. I think up there is where Len Bedell saw the little wallabies sitting in the rock ledges.
If we go back a bit, I don't know whether we can get off the road, but if we can, we get afternoon sun and we'll also get morning sun.
Good video somewhere here. Where is it? There it is.
And that's the Mount Mean. We've come around the east side of range, and that's Mount Lesla. We're just looking for a camp spot here. Fix. 50 metres. Found a burnt patch. It's clear of spinifex. A couple of termite mounds. A view of the Davenport ranges. Jackknife to shade from the wind. We'll have a morning view over there. Thursday morning, 23rd. That's Mount Lesla. We had our cup of tea and we're just looking for wallabies over here on the Davenport ranges. It's Mount Mean, and around here past the spinifex. There's a car rattled by last night. Rattle, rattle, and I waved my torch at him and thought he might have been looking for a camp spot, but there's some Aboriginals driving from the last settlement, the last unpronounceable Chakula, where the Priscilla shoe was. And they were driving up to Kintor. It's just over there, it's just up there. You can pop up there, it's more than 60k away, but to him, it was just up the road. Can't see any wallabies, they're only 40 centimetres tall, which is the height of the spinifex. There's a boulder slope there down the middle, broken away from up there a million years ago. skidded down to join his friends down the bottom, to quote Bedell. He walked up to have a look at the view. Me in my shadow.
Desert peas coming on, they'll be beautiful in August, September. Loads and loads of them. And there he is on his way off. With the Whatsit Hills in the background, gently sinking into the sand here. I'll go and see if he's left the little, what's the name behind. There's Kim and Benita just about on the way as well. And out through the bush over all the little desert peas and clumps of things. Out onto the track for another day's. We'll see if we can do 100 k's today. Might get past Kintor. And here comes Kim. I think. I don't know where they've stopped. That's Mount Lees. Mount Main over there, and the Davenport Hills with their rock wallabies, and then round back to Kim coming out. I think Benita's telling him where the wildflowers are. Leaving our 4-lane highway behind, over the top.
That Len Bedell drove the first time while he was constructing the road, and he found this rock that he wanted to mark as a spot. It's 200 miles from the start. Sandy Blight Road, and the start was down the Gun Barrel Highway. And he picked up the rock with the front of the dozer blade, dragged it here. I reckon it weighed a ton. And it's just along from where we camp. There's the Davenport Range.
I think.
There's this pile of source material for the white rock.
That's probably the pile of rocks there that he took it from. There's a couple of very big ones. Finally, it was almost better to drive alongside the road than on it. The built-in scarifier on the grader would cope with the ant beds laboriously ripping at their surfaces with foam-like tines, but as it attacked the ones on the shoulders.
Well, now lickety split, and we've come across the Tropic of Capricorn, where he erected poles on either
This is
side.
actually the Northern Territory border he's got
Are
here.
we?
No, this is the tropic.
This is a
But
tropic.
the photo was. Alright.
Yep.
You can take a jumper off, that's what it says.
To here were the worst corrugations I reckon we've driven on. Worse than the Gun Barrel and Cape York. We're doing 40 to 50 and they were 2 foot apart, and a few inches high. Buggered me toe. Trying to get out of the car to see these camels watching us. Right next to a huge campfire. The Abbo who stopped last night said, oh, there's lots of butte camp spots. No, there's 5 camels all together. There they are. Another mile down the road from where we camped, there's a huge camp area. And the road going west from... There's a baby one, Mary. Got a full load of water. And still got a way to go. The car's turned into a shocking road, and Len Bedell was just writing about how it goes past. It's going to turn into another deeper track and worse. There they go.